guys, I'm back after a really long hiatus on the bag reviews and an even longer, possibly 1 year long hiatus on the Walking Dead reviews. So this is the Walking Dead review. It's not a bag video. I apologize. One is coming though. Just a lot of stuff happened on my favorite show on Sunday that I need to express, like therapy. So this is spoilers. If you haven't seen any of season 4, you can turn this off and go and watch a show. It'll be a review of the season 4 mid-season finale. A lot of shit happened. This might be one of the longest videos ever recorded on YouTube, so let's get right into it. The biggest thing was that this governor, I'm not going into backstory, so the governor and Rick meet face to face. The governor's got his hostages, and Rick has to protect his little camp that he's established. I guess I do want to get a little bit into the backstory of the governor. I liked him last season. People might remember from my videos that I found the eye patch very sexy. And now the eye patch just stresses me out and annoys me, and it's become like the one thing about him that I hate. It makes him really cartoony. I know that it's supposed to make him look sinister, maybe, I don't know, but I don't like it. I think it just, this governor character had to go one way or another. He was no longer, it was just too much. And when they saw him go from really nice and trustworthy, I'm like, oh, maybe he's made a change, to killing Martinez that way. No, to killing 4 walkers with his bare hands, which, yeah, okay, I found that a little bit attractive. But then throwing Martinez into the pit that way just so he could dominate the group. I'm like, this man has not gotten over his God complex. So with his God complex, he somehow beds the woman, gets a child who's mute to start talking again, and gets an entire camp of people to trust his story on how 2 people mysteriously died at the camp and to follow him as a leader. And he finds all these tanks all of a sudden. I don't know why Rick's group never found a tank. All they found was a bus. But I think a tank would be a slightly better option than a bus, albeit not as roomy and maybe harder to drive. So the governor captures, I'm sorry, I've been sick, captures Herschel and Michonne. And I thought that Michonne would be his main target the whole time. So this brings me to my sad moment where he is trying to bargain with Rick. I knew that he had no intent to bargain. There's this part of The Prince by Machiavelli where he says his advice is have your enemies trust you, bring your enemies close, and then destroy them. Clearly, the governor was a Paul Theory major because he excelled in this, and his calm demeanor, getting Rick to almost go along with what he wanted, only so he could just annihilate him in the end. I think that was smart, but obviously Rick was never going to do it. So we come to this moment where Herschel gives Rick this devastating, and at that point I knew, I said Herschel knew that he was going to be the one that would martyr himself for this cause. Rest in peace, Herschel. He was a wonderful character, and I think that his death was so gruesome and so upsetting and just a complete opposite of what he was. He was not violent, he was not insane, he was not controlling, and he just died in the most horrible way. But his death something had to trigger that fight, and unfortunately he was the connecting piece to that happening. I think that it was all portrayed really well, though. The governor mumbling that liar under his breath and then swooshing him in the head with Michonne's sword, and Rick just breaking down, and Beth and Maggie just breaking down. It was really well done, and I started crying. I've never cried on Walking Dead before, but I did definitely have a tear in my eye. The fight scene was insane. It was completely unbalanced. I felt it was almost as if you see those horror movies or those spoof horror movies where like the killer will have a giant machete and the people being stalked will have like a spatula or something, and they'll like fight with the spatulas. That is how I can equate those two things. It was like the machete, which is a tank, versus the spatulas, which is a very limited arsenal that they've got in the prison. So I thought, who's going to win? I honestly thought it could go either way, but let's face it, AMC likes viewers and AMC needs another season, so they made the prison the victors at the ultimate expense of nearly everybody in the old town except for, I think her name is Tara, and Lily, the governor's girlfriend, and at the expense of Herschel. And he knew that he had to go on behalf of the group, and he took his fate very with class. Herschel, you're a classy man, and I will miss you. I don't know what's next for the group, and I don't know where Judith is. I do not think that AMC would be so heartless as to kill a baby. However, I would not put it past them to maybe kill the baby. What I do think is that we see Michonne killing the governor, and then we don't see her again. And I thought that she would have been the one to finish him off, but she had to go somewhere. I suspect that she ran to find Judith and save her because, let's face it, there was this one scene earlier on in the season where she was holding the baby and just crying, and that scene was not for nothing. I think that scene relates to her relationship with Judith and her feelings for babies and maybe some of her backstory. So I do think that she rescued Judith, maybe at the hands of a walker, and that's why the seat was bloody. Maybe it was the governor's blood that was on her hands that got on the seat, but I do feel that the baby is alive, and I do feel that the group will all reunite together despite half of them being on the bus, Carl and Rick being on foot, and Michonne and the baby being, I guess, on foot as well. What the future holds, I'm not so sure. I think that they might take in Lily and Tara, and I think that I can't believe I'm ever saying this, Carl can actually be trusted with a gun. So I feel that he and Rick might finally take that leadership role. The idea of the council I don't think will work out so well anymore, but I'd like to see Rick, Daryl, and Carl really lead things. Not Tyrese, he's too much of a loose cannon, but everybody else, I'd like to see them really take a leadership role and get this group into some more safety. I guess I want to really briefly talk about something else I might have touched on in the last video. Children in the apocalypse. I don't know what I would do if I had kids. I might just lock them in a storage unit and go and get them at a different time because they slow things down, they make bad choices, and they're just, they're zombie food, let's face it. Megan, 2 times in 2 weeks, has almost died at the hands of a zombie. Actually, no, she did die at the hands of a zombie. I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know what parent lets their child play that far away from them in a zombie epidemic. The zombies could have come from behind. The zombies could have come from the side. Just because there's a river in front of you doesn't stop them from walking around you. So that was sad. But again, I didn't really connect with the kid. I'm having trouble connecting with most of the kids on this show, save for the slightly crazy one, Lizzie, in the prison. She's pretty cool. But the other ones, not so much. So this was kind of disjointed. I'm really sad. I'm really horrified as to what AMC showed. It's actually not on the premium channels anymore for my cable tier in Toronto. So they're getting away with a lot. And a lot of blood and guts at a 9 o'clock spot for a non-pay channel. I guess that would be like HBO and stuff. So I liked it. I thought it was good. I am reeling still inside from what I saw. And I want it to be February. I think it's February that's coming back, just so I can see what's going to be next. So I can see how they'll eulogize and pay tribute to Herschel, because he was that foundation. He was the character of the group. And I think when he died, a little bit of the character died. I'd like to see a little bit more character development for Michonne. I'd like to see her and the baby. I definitely would like the baby to live. I thought the baby was really cute. So, yeah. Just definitely seeing all that. I think it'll be a good second half season. The war was necessary. Let's face it, everything was getting kind of boring, and it was a good way to shake things up. So what better time to shake it up than a finale and leave everybody hanging. So if you liked it, please let me know what you liked about the finale and what you didn't like. Let me know what kind of a route you would take, if you would be the domineering, kill all and save yourself like the governor, or if you would be Rick, who's still trying to kind of strike a balance between everything and be the good guy while still maintaining a sense of authority within his own group. Again, I don't know what I would do. I would probably learn to live with everybody and then push my way to the top, just because I'm really pushy, but I don't know. I'm also a zombie expert, so whatever. So yeah, whatever you feel, I'd like to know your comments. This is really long, but there was so much that happened in the video, and yeah, I'd also like to thank a few people for their very flattering comments on some of my other Walking Dead videos. I won't point out exactly what they were. I will just say that no, I will not do that. And thank you, though. I'm very flattered. And yeah, that's that. If you did like this video, please like. If you want to subscribe, I only do handbag videos, but I will try to do Walking Deads as much as I can. And if you want to leave comments, feel free. Any wardrobe suggestions like the last one, feel free. Oh, it's not that kind of channel, guys. So yeah, thank you so much. This is really long. I'm going to sign off. That was my season 4 mid-season finale review. If you guys liked it, let me know. Chat. I like talking. I like the show. And I like zombies. So that is all. I will catch you guys with Walking Dead when it comes back. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. Bye.